Hello, good morning. You're watching the Morning Star coming to you live and direct from Star TV. And my name is Sheikh Gay. We're glad to be back this morning together with my co-host Maimuna Jaju Jeju Bulasine anyway. And together with Queen Awasane. And of course, Bailo Bari will be joining us shortly. Mariama, it's a doubt. But if ci jiitu yàlla xari ko àjjana yi gën a kawe muy Jannatul Firdaws mbokk yi ñu ngi leen a gërëm di leen dalal ci biir kër gi am mbégte lool del siwaat ak yéen ci programme bi le moom la ñu duppee mooy The Morning Star ñu am ci mbégte lool nag ci àllarba jile ak suba ci teel si ñuy kontaan bu baax di leen tatagal di leen wax bismillah ci biir programme bi su ko defee ma nuyu Maymuna noo def
maa ngi fine
ju ndax jaaju ban la ci gënal
yëpp
mën na nekk yëpp Maymuna léegi-léegi dégg what's the difference between jeeju and jaaju
man nag doone ma mën a teg on sport ngeen maa lay te façon yi so
ba yow yaa sant jeeju oo jaaju
I can't differentiate
you can't
differentiate
okay mënuloo differentiate jeeju and jaaju
waaw it's all the same
what do you answer to
both locally jaaju
internationally
locally jeeju internationally
jaaju
yes
okay anyway loolu nga waxtaan gannaaw
awalo ya
Good morning, Lipsy and Luna. You don't have a choice. You have to choose one. Jeju or Jaju. Come like Hadi. Hadi mo guys mo ko Jeju. Mune mo kese ma am yetis an.
ah waaw
Mo kere mune ne ko di oy Hadi Bali. Hadi Jali wala Hadi Jeju. Mo kuñ ko ore bu Jeju.
yeah
But the more choose. You have to be unique.
either
dafa am locally ak international
either jaaju la wala jeeju
dama am local sonem ak international sone waaw yow seetal rek
bàyyi ko ci biir
waaw baax na dégg
anyway nañ dem for break and then come back later then su ko defee ñu continuer ci Morning Star bi la All right, welcome back. It's the Morning Star, and you're getting us live from Star TV together with our Jaju.
Yow la ma santi Muna.
No, dama ko
Waaye loolu juumuloo xam nga Hadi mu ne
No.
ma may rakam.
daf la may
Su nekkee pro mu ne kooku dafa waaj a nekk pro. Su nekkee
dafa nekk lan professional
waaw.
then su nekkee
football la. Léegi su ma ko mayee rek damaa nekk madame Dia.
ko sa xelan si nii
ok no, waaye yow sa yoon newu ci yow moom sa yoon newu
sa
ci
xelan si nii
soo kooku dafa nekk professional soo su nekkee professional mu may la ko
waaw
so
waaye léegi mu change may na mu ne mënuma nekkal nekkaan xaw ma moom mënut a nekk.
kan nga wax ne moo la amee rakam sax
Di jaaju de.
Hadi Jaaju ok
Sometimes su kontaanee waaye sometimes su ko ñëwalee dafa wax ne man mënuma say
jaaxal na anyway but nañ doxantu ñu seet the commodity prices then su ko defee ñu dal si waat bàyyi la yegg si na xam naa ci kanam tuuti nañu join anyway but we are going to state and take a look at the commodity prices su ko defee nit ñi mun cee barke ndax solo trop ci programme bi ko def mooy ñu bàyyi xel njëg li nga xam ne moom la amee ko fay jar ci jamono ji ñu toll muy $2,300 yi saaku sadam moo toll ci $3,400 yi waaye ñu ngi gis na it saaku sukkar bu ngi toll ci $2,600 yi saaku liñoŋ moo toll ci $900 yi mooy liñoŋ bi nga xam ne moom ba ci biir réew mi bi ñoo jëlee ci bitim réew mu ngi toll ci $900 bi ñoo béy ci réew mi moo toll ci $700 waaye 20 litre gallon bu diwlin mu ngi toll ci 2150 10 litre bi toll ci 1050 ak $1,300 then 5 litre bi moom moo toll ci 750 ci li ñuy jot a bàyyi xel mu mel ni kon téeméeri dërëm moo dox ci li ko waral nag mooy bi nga xam ne mooy 650 mooy diw buy nelaw bu dul nelaw mu ngi toll ci 750 20 litre gallon bu diwlin wala sax bu diwtiir mu ngi toll ci $2,300 waaye saaku furiñ mu ngi toll ci $2,50 ba ci $2,100 waaye ñu ngi gis na it saaku pompiteer ci $750 carton yi tomate marita bi peese 2 kilos ci $1,200 benn pot bi nga ngi toll ci 230 si carton gi ginaar yi nga xam ne fukki ginaar gi nga xam ne mooy peese 1.2 mu ngi toll ci $1,900 waaye benn full chicken mu ngi toll ci $225 carton bi chicken legs mu toll ci $1,200 ñu gis ne it kilo chicken legs mu ngi toll ci 140 chicken wings carton bi toll ci $1,300 muy njëg yi nga xam ne moom lañ leen amaloon ci programme bi le su ko defee ñu dem seet li nga xam ne moom mooy the exchange rate according to the Central Bank of the Gambia parce que lii it soxal na askan wi lool ndax nit ñi war nañ ko mën a bàyyi xel su ko defee ñu xam fan la foreign exchange rate bi toll according to the Central Bank of the Gambia the US dollar mu ngi ci 71.46 euro bi mu ngi toll ci 81.38 British pound bi mu ngi toll ci 94.7 Swiss franc mu ngi toll ci 81.63 Swedish krona bi mu ngi toll ci 739.21 the Canadian dollar it's at 51.73 ñu ngi gis ne it CFA bi mu ngi toll ci 591.56 dafa mel ni gën na drop na parce que démb gënoon naa xaay loolu Norwegian krona bi mu ngi toll ci 687.42 the Danish krona mu ngi toll ci 1083.41 Saudi Riyal bi mu ngi toll ci 19.06 according to Central Bank of the Gambia lii mooy the currency update li nga xam ne moom la jëlee Central Bank of the Gambia ni ki démba parce que bu tey jëlee update bi nga xam ne moom lañ update démba moom lañ leen a jox tey du jaas ëllëg bu ñu ñëwee tam ñu jox leen bi nga xam ne moom lañ update tey ndax update bi ci la ñoo jëlee li nga xam ne moom lañ leen a jox ñu sukkandiku ci programme bi la muy The Morning Star ñu leen a gërëm bu baax ci beneen yoon di leen tatagal di leen jaajëfal ci programme bi la ñu leen a jox dig daje su ko defee ñu seet li nga xam ne moom moo nekk ci kayiti xibaar yi ñu ànd ceeg may mën a jaaju ak Awa Sané ak ki nga xam ne mooy Baylo Bari di guy from Kenebaring su ko defee ñu def ci am njàngat incha allahu rabbi dinañ jël si waat ak yéen. We're coming back shortly after the break.
tay no.
All right, we have with us again. Ci programme bi moy Morning Star Maymuna.
Yes, they were able to make it. We have the standard.
I just hope that I'm in similar stories.
Are we?
Similar stories, because you got
Yes, most of the time.
similar stories.
Yes. So going into the newspapers, we have the Standard newspaper, the Voice newspaper, Foraya, and the Point. So on the front pages of the Standard newspaper, we have government group seeks permit to protest over Jammeh's assets. We have operators demand clarity over pilgrims accommodation after flight changes. We have Gambia participates call for release of full list of buyers of Jammeh's assets. We have UDP counters minister over Jammeh's assets. Say we have Trust Bank to present 200,000 to top 10 Gambia students. On the Voice newspaper, we have UDP officials urges government not to politicize Jammeh's asset scandal. We have Hamad Bok threatens to sue the Republic over alleged false publications. We have Pressure Group seeks to permit to stage peaceful protests in Banjul. We have court declines plaintiff submission of striking out affidavit of statement. We have youth advocate Kausi Sise calls for global action on women and children. On the front pages of the Foria, we have lawmaker seeks inquiry into sales of Jammeh's assets. We have former BCC finance director discusses irregular invoicing and fuel allocation. We have 2 suspected migrant smugglers arrested in failed bagway attempt. We have security guard testified in United Vegetable Oil robbery trial. We have California State University awards Gambian Chief Justice. We have, this is a special report, girls lead the way as Trust Bank honors Gambia's top Gambian students. We have ECOWAS Parliament meets to discuss cost of air transportation. And the Point, we have VP Jallo launches $2 million aid project, urges transparency. We have BCC officials took unauthorized loans from EU funded project. Witness, we have joint committee poised to address transhumance challenges. We have inmates appeal for presidential permit. We have Gambia mourns passing of widow of legendary Cora Maestro. We have Global partners with EcoBank to boost the livestock sector amidst rising costs. We have Score, Sisi, and Pope Francis final talk inspires youth around the globe. So going into the Standard newspaper, we have Group 6 permit to protest over Jammeh's assets by Omar Ba of the Standard newspaper. A group of 5 concerned Gambians, among them we have activist Omar Saibo Kamara and politician Mamadi Kurang, has written to the Inspector General of Police seeking a permit to organize a peaceful protest against the controversial sales of the assets of former President Yahya Jammeh. According to the group, the planned protest is in response to an investigative article authored by Mustafa K. Dabo and published by The Republic, highlighting alleged questionable decisions, conflict of interest, and non-transparent methods of the sales of land, vehicles, and other items seized by the state on the recommendations of the Jammeh Commission of Inquiry. In the letter addressed to the IGP seen by the Standard, the group identified itself as Gambians Against Looted Assets, GALA. It cited concerns over alleged corruption, lack of transparency, and questionable decisions surrounding the sales of the seized assets. We intend to hold the protest from the Christian Cemetery to the AG Chambers, where we will deliver a petition to the Minister of Justice. The group wrote, the issue of corruption and lack of transparency has reached its peak in the Gambia. Therefore, citizens can no longer remain silent about the amount of corruption and embezzlement of state resources. Gala said. The group said the protest is is a constitutional right aimed at demanding transparency and justice in the assets recovery process. We want to demand the full disclosure of all the buyers of the assets. We have submitted our application and they asked us to go back today, Wednesday. We hope that they will grant us a permit. Bob Keita, another member of the group, told the Standard yesterday, the Republic's recent investigation report has triggered strong reaction nationwide, with many Gambians expressing anger over suspected unwavering and non-transparent sales of the assets. The pressure group's moves reflects growing civil society's demand for answers and public oversight in handling of the assets.
Wow. Okay.
So the worry is not whether they will be given the permit to protest.
Whether they will be given the permit to protest.
Yes.
I believe they should be given the permit to protest.
But hang on, most of the time, they when it's a threat to national security, they will not give them
I believe the London job permit to protest. But because Mangi, this is story, the issue of corruption and lack of transparency has reached its peak in the Gambia.
Because they
to the core. The corruption, the level of corruption in this country, you cannot imagine.
Yes, because every day
it has reached its peak. Meaning,
because every time you openly corruption cases, so I think then the right step is not them then to the because
major honorable Amat Keba, MM Keba, to sue
the Republic
in this country. Understand? He wants to fight because we had a code which will deal with bad journalism in this country. Meaning, article really, some findings in this article, revelations in this article, some of them are not accurate because mom to the very and then he's going to file to sue the Republic at the court to deal with the bad journalism in this country. Do you agree?
There is no bad journalism in this country because at the end of the day, when such cases happen, many corruption, if journalists are silent, then they want so suñ jëlé di lead pour mëna gis né mën nañu def investigation pour mëna gis né mën nañu reveal such, you don't call it bad journalism because your name is mentioned. So I don't think there is bad journalism in this country. ñu ngay def seen kemtele katan pour mëna gis né ñu di information buñ soxla ñu mën ko am. So if you are affected, warlo wana there is bad journalism. When you are favored, you are out there praising them.
Threatening to say that they are going to sue the Republic or they sue Mustafa Kedaba or as far as you're clean, te bokkuloo ci ñoo
génnal nga wax ne nga leeral ko
because dégg naa ko bi affaire génne asaka ak yooyu noonu moom du jël dara di ko tilimal ci alalam parce que dafa lew la moo def dafa nang come on just come out straight mu ngi tuggee anyway xaw ma ndax ñëw naa am ñëwut parce que bi moo wax ñu woon United States of America but because of threatening na ne dafa sue the Republic, it's going to be interesting, and that he's not the only one as well mentioned. The as well. But what's your take on this matter? Because it's getting serious by the day.
I think this happened yesterday where this gentleman went to the Banjul to seek for a permit because this thing, honestly, since it came out from the public, it has definitely shaken the nation, as Lamin Cham rightly mentioned on Monday on his Standard newspaper front page. Let's see, this is very sad. This is very unfortunate. Now that, of course, this young group of people, and seeking for permit to protest over Jammeh's assets, I think this is definitely a concern. This is the kind of protest I think the Gambia needs to do. because since the government changed, there was this Janet Commission, which was set up by the current government. But of course, in that Janet Commission, so many things went bad, including this, Jammeh's assets. Because yesterday I came across a video where the current Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Fabakary Tombong Jatta, was saying, even before the commission starts, they were selling Jammeh's assets. So this, it has been going on. I think we need to give kudos to the Republic, for bringing out, this kind of news. This is the kind of news the Gambians want. Because if you could remember, in years back, the current Minister of Justice, Dawda Jallow, said they will not reveal the names, who bought Jammeh's assets. But now that this thing is revealed, and Gambia Participate is also calling for release of full list. This is not the full list. The Republic just mentioned some. Hamad Nkeba, the Minister of Local Government and Lands, have seen himself. He threatened to sue the Republic. But hey, come on, this is not the time to do this. These people are doing their job, and they have done their job, and still Gambians are looking for the list, for the full list. Just allow me a bit. Yesterday, I came across on the social media that Freaky Joe is demanding for their sound system.
And the stage as well.
All right, at the stage, whilst Nene Freda Gomez is demanding for their picks. So what are we demanding now?
It's not a laughing matter anyway.
It is not.
Because if you take a look at the list of the items that were sold, PA system bokonasi, like the full ban with bokonasi. So if Frikijo says they're demanding for their whatever, then it's right. Nene Freda Gomez as well, because man how one is I'm Bamangchi one. But so if I get I'm Bamangchi, she's right to demand for their picks, because anyway, but I am telling you, when this full list is out, billahi, believe you me,
Sure.
There are so many, top individuals in this country. Because Mangagis as well, because you mentioned Lamin Cham. Mangagis on another place as well, because even Honorable Usain Dabo as well, name was mentioned. Especially the Huma Jammeh and then Koku General and stuff, and then bigger Kenan I am telling you, because revelations young effect what I mean you have the full list. So when you said whether it was the same with speculations in Dandiga or whatever, because I don't want to believe you name this individual to say he was part of those who bought the properties of the former president. No, I don't believe. So
1 minute. I made mention of Lamin Cham, but this time around, this is a journalist from the Standard.
Okay, Lamin Cham. Okay, this is another Lamin Cham.
He made about this Jammeh's assets on Monday.
Yeah,
it has shaken the nation.
Exactly.
That is what I captured.
Yeah, exactly. But our no, not only that bogus, because according to what I read others, I'm not going to about brand new, sound system was there, brand new, musical set was there. Understand? So he might have anyone because performance not artist you but society list especially my list list lambo jata mun ko defin so holy list lu bari mo ci nek, and some of these items you bari yo xamna they were brand new. So container lañ nekkoon container indi nañ they were just brand new. Yeneen ñu ko park at State House, yeneen ñu ko park on Kanilai and elsewhere. So bagage yi dañ bari, but problème bi mooy li gën a naxari nit ñi mooy niñ ko jaayee ak fan la njëg fan ana xaalis bi.
But let's see. You see, the work of a journalist is very important in our society. Could you imagine you nekk si life being without journalists? Dañu nekk si lëndëm bi. Gis nga li impact bu mu asi nit ñi for now ñi nga xamante ne ñooñu lañ reveal ne bokk nañ si ñi nga xamante ne jënd nañ si assets yi ñu ngi mun nañoo wax ne surprise nañ si ñeneen ñi. because for small of yi nag foogul ne ñooñu dañoo bokk ci façon nit yi nii because they are role models to others, they are leaders, they should set by example, but then ñoom suñ nekkee ci façon yi nii ñoom sax suñ ci bokkee ñoom fan la ñoo mën a taxaw pour defend ñeneen ñi wala pour advice ñeneen ñi. So ñu ngi séntu pour gis full list bi nga gis ne dafa fair because léegi ne ñeneen mën nañoo xaaf rek seen tur moo feeñ ñeneen ñi seen tur feeñu so suñu gisee full list bi dafa fair ne ok ñi ñoo bokk ci yi nga xamante ne ñoo jënd ci assets yi nii so Moustapha Darboe daal ñu ngi ko congratulate di ko wax ne kudos def na liggéey bi nga xamante ne it's really great because lii def na impact ci society bi community bi ñëpp xam nañ du nekk di go underground because lii nii mun naa ñu bari xamuñ ko woon so den liggéeyam bi moo tax ba nit ñi xam ne ne lii yëpp am na woon ci dëkk bii nii te yëguñ ko woon.
All right, nañ dem ci beneen story Maimouna please. Unless nga bëgg a see yow dara yow it.
This one says operators demand clarity over pilgrims accommodation flight after flight changes. We have by Tabura Boja on the Standard newspaper. Following a change of plan in the Gambia International Airlines GIA and G1 holding agreements to fly Gambian pilgrims to the Hajj. The 2,000 pilgrims will now travel by Air Senegal. A reliable source close to the Hajj operations told the Standard that the initial agreement with G1 was to fly about 2,000 Gambian pilgrims to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia on a different carrier. But since the GIA could not secure an air operations certificate for this aircraft in the time for the Hajj, Air Senegal was brought into the agreement to carry the pilgrims. Our source said officials have visited Dakar to access the Air Senegal plane and capacity to fly Gambian pilgrims on 6 flights. Now everything is in place and pilgrims are now waiting for the departure days, starting by May 14. Our source said, however, according to the correspondence published by Open Gambia, the National Hajj Commission has received complaints from operators raising concerns that the new agreement, including flight configuration changes, would affect arrival and departure dates and therefore accommodation bookings, especially for those arriving on the 2 flights. The Commission has taken up the matter with the GIA and its partners, G1. It has come to the notice of the National High Commission that the aircraft type and the contract slots have changed. Per accommodation contract, which has affected the days some pilgrims will stay in Medina. This flight's capacity changes and the slots have affected the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th flight. However, most affected flights are the last 2, with pilgrims arriving on the 19th and 20th of May and expecting to check out of their accommodations in Medina on the 28th and 21st of May 2025 respectively. This means they are only going to stay for two or just 1 day instead of the 4 days they paid for, and since any additional day would have to be paid for by the National Hajj Commission. In relaying this information to you, work on amicable resolutions to the impasse. The Commission's letter to GIA published by Open Gambia stated the Standard sought clarification from the Managing Director of the GIA, Numo Sane, who said we must formally write and book an appointment for an interview. So this is basically talking about the Hajj.
Gang watch.
Yes. Yeah, I think they will be departing on the 14th.
Is that the first flight?
Yes.
On the 14th should be the first flight.
Yes, 14th of May 2025. So according to the story, it says the GIA could not secure an air operation certificate. So that is why they have to go to Senegal. To Senegal, Air Senegal, then you will lift the pilgrims.
So pilgrims simply you to Gambia, them Senegal.
Yes.
But that's serious.
Another catastrophe.
Excuse me.
But that's
Another catastrophe.
So what's wrong with anyways?
Moving your access, what is the air operation certificate, GIA. They cannot access the air operation certificate.
so man dama ko xam mooy kenn jógewut Gambia dem ñëpp Sénégal la ñoo jógee dem.
Officer, now I think GIA will be in a better position to make clarities about this. Because I need you to make it hard to
non waaye ñoom ñoo leen a yóbbu Sénégal xanaa nag xanaa.
ñoo leen a yóbbu.
ñoo leen a yóbbu Sénégal moom te xëy na xaw ma dañ leen a fly to Sénégal ndax dañ leen a jël boss dem yóbbu leen Sénégal ba ñoom ñoo leen a yóbbu Sénégal parce que loolu mënut a nekk. Obviously doy na waar. maa ngi dëkkaa koo xam ne mu ngi waaj a dem Màkka daal dinaa ko laaj moom naka la moo def nga xam naka la moo def ida gars yi ñu la fay di dem Sénégal ndax dañoo jógee fii dem fële na le
waaye tamit maybe dañoo mën a faciliter dara balaa gars yi di delluwaat ñu gis ne su ñoo ñëw at least fii la ñoo lande seen dëkk bi instead of
to be honest dafa stressful
at least waroon nañoo def loolu noonu.
Yes, this one says Trust Bank present 200K to top 10 Gabese students by Amir Kuyame as part of its corporate social
from which paper still?
From Standard, I think this will be the last
one. Yeah.
By Aminata Kuyate as part of its corporate and social responsibility. The Trust Bank Gambia Limited on Tuesday honored 10 of the nation's brightest students with cash prize totaling to over 250,000. The event was the 20th edition of its Excellence in the Millennium Award ceremony. The awardees were recognized as the 10 most outstanding students from the 2024 Gambia Basic Education Certificate Examination (GABESE), with each recipient celebrated for exceptional academic performance and dedication to learning. The ceremony was graced by the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, Habibatu Drame. She commended Trust Bank for its unwavering commitment to supporting education in the country. The Managing Director of Trust Bank Gambia Limited, Ngilan Senghor, reaffirmed the bank's dedication to investing in the future of Gambian youth through such impactful initiative. She said the award is more than just a prize, but a symbol of belief in the transformative power of education. This year, we are investing over $1 million into the excellence of the Millennium Awards, a clear demonstration of our belief in the power of education to transform lives and communities, the MD said. Each of the students received a new tablet, certificate and cash prize of $20,000.
Yeah, we can leave it at that. This is definitely cool. Xale yi xam nga lii moo laa woon ne xale yi dañu war a jàng. lii dafa encourage xale yi bu baax a baax ñu mën a jàng. ndax wii doon nga lu mel nii may ma. wii doon nga lu mel nii amoon nga ndàmpaay bi nga jàng.
amoon naa la.
amoon nga ndàmpaay bi nga jàng wii doon nga lu mel nii.
wii doon ma lu mel nii de waaye ma boo ko si top prize.
Okay. Anyway, yes. Beto.
Yes, I think this is not the first.
This is not the first time they've been doing this. Yeah.
Trust Bank is doing such a kind donation. This is definitely very good. I think other banks or other institutions should definitely emulate Trust Bank. Because they've been doing this for the past years. Helping the health, the securities, and you name them. And this time around, they present 200K to top 10 Gabese students. So this will definitely motivate.
And each student is receiving 20,000 with a certificate and a new tablet. Tablet will tells it all because it will definitely help to at least to be able to do your research. Because everything you want to know, you just go online and then you make your research. It makes your studies very easy.
This tells you hard work.
Definitely.
This will really encourage them to.
Thank you. For now, that should be it for just each one story there. Each we decided them to take a look at the whole story. And this thing is the preamble of it, and then you said.
So it says 2 suspected migrant smugglers arrested in failed burglary attempt by Biram Gate. The Gambia Immigration Department has apprehended 2 suspected migrant smugglers in what officials describe as a major breakthrough in the country's ongoing efforts to combat irregular migration networks. The suspected the suspect identified as Lamin Jawar and Lamin Jame were arrested in Jambu for allegedly recruiting and collecting money from Gambians attempting to travel to Europe via the dangerous Mediterranean route. Announcing the arrest at a press conference on Monday, 6 May, GID Deputy Public Relations Officer Inspector Suleiman Sambu said the suspect had recently organized a migration attempt charging between $30,000 and $50,000 from each prospective migrant. The suspect were involved in gathering would-be irregular migrants and facilitating their departure, he told reporters. The arrest underscored the crucial role of surveillance and intelligence in dissimulating smuggling migrants despite the GID's efforts. The Gambia has seen relatively few prosecution of migrant smugglers. A solution expert attributed a gap in the existing legal framework. The long-awaited immigration bill, which seeks to criminalize migrant smuggling, remains still in the legislative process, limiting law enforcement ability to effectively charge and convict perpetrators.
But this will not make them stop. But the thing is like. Bari na sax ñu mel noonu ñoo xam ne ñu ngi def the same thing and then doo ko mën a xam understand doo ko mën a xam bi
if they set an example of convicting nit yi nga xam
yeah but it's good because boo dee ne xam nga the surveillance system is definitely working fine
dañoo jàppal nit ki planning to do this but at the end of the day doo dégg ne maybe the person is convicted or tëj nañ ko ak yooyu so people continue to do such so as long as setting an example pour gis ne they are serious with this képp nga xam ne duñ jàppal si di smoke because most of them soo seetaanee when they are planning to smoke da ngaa gis sometimes pregnant women will be there xale yu ndaw ñi nga xamante ne mënuñu ñu boobu
waaw xale la am na ñoo xam ne dañ jur sax si yoon bi la ñu wasi ne am na issue bi du affaire yi nga apprehend nit ñi nga téye leen which is very fine loolu lañ ko war a def because they need to be stopped as well but di leen téye ak yooyu noonu taxut affaire si jee xam nga some of these youths needs to understand realize ne am nañ a future in this country naka lañ ko realize is for them to see it you just show them something to believe nañ am xam nga da nga leen amal something understand loo xam ne xale yi mën nañoo jàppa ci lii mën nañ ci sukkandiku understand ba pare xam nga they need it has to start with our school system them si school si understand di waxtaan ak xale yi di leen it's just about
the concept
it's the concept am na ñoo xam ne dañ feel ne no they have to go because maa ngi gis benn time ñu ngi interview this boy mu ngi wax ne understand moom there was a time soo ñëwee nga wax ko about some of these issues ne dafa dangerous dafa lii du la faale sax because all he could see by then was to travel because mu ngi dem on social media mu ngi gis ndu yi naka la ñoo def back yooyu boys yi naka la ñoo def ak yooyu noonu because it's just a belief that they have so you need to tell them you need to talk to these youths you need to go to schools understand set yow yaa xam naka nga koo defee or whatever but some of these youths need to be they need to be sensitized for them to understand that they have a future for them to believe in what they are doing even so if you are a carpenter try to understand he can make it from this carpentry that he is doing understand they never sensitize they need to talk to these people they need to create opportunities for these young people
exactly
because talk about stop but irregular migration bi nekku ne léegi la stop xam nga léegi la toog rek na dégg affaire si mam nga nit ñaa ngay dem from left and right even ñun bi ñoo nekk xale people were going to this journey Libya la daan jaar those days da ngaa dégg ne kii jaar na Libya kii jóge na Libya whatever dañ fa daan jaar
Spain
so
especially when you have someone that you're close to and that person goes you also want to go I actually know someone who went but then later regretted now he's stuck at Mauritania he was it was the same concept he has he was like when I'm in this country I don't think I can make it his mind was just to travel he said either by hook or hook he is going and he's going to leave this country but then I was in contact with him. What he told me was that even if I hate someone, I will never encourage the person to use this word because it is not safe.
It's a very rough journey.
It is a rough journey, and that won't make these people stop because they're after their money.
That's what I'm telling you. These people are
So
after their
even
money.
if you report them, they can apprehend or they can arrest some other people, but that won't stop other people from doing it.
Yeah, because you understand these
They're
people
after the money.
from Jambu,
Because
and you talk Bara, and you get the same thing.
Exactly.
But these people then they communicate. And then the thing is like, you know, apprehending those at Jambu does not stop them from going because so any information that there is someone at Katong, they get them Katong, someone at Senegal, they get them Senegal, because it's all over. We need to, you know, sensitize some of these youths. Look, it's not about
that is what
taking this journey. It's about you believing in yourself and trying to do something here to make it, because you can make it. Because I've seen someone he was a tailor, he sold everything he has, and then we took a back baby. This now ko hamne murla won. Jarbar la ci man, jarbar la oncle la daan way. Suma jarbar la ci man. Si li la dé.
You see?
Understand? Because dañ never feel mu murla mënatu am dara lama ji mënu ko jox dara.
He could have engaged himself into something else.
So it's just
anyway, the lack of awareness and sensitization is
yes,
very
that should be it, I guess, or that better story. Because we are hoping to have the face of the media team to talk about the upcoming, you know, event.
Yes, we have Voice Newspaper, we have UDP official or this government need to politicize Jammeh's asset scandal by Kemu Kanye. The United Democratic Party Senior Administrative Secretary for Media and Communications, Tombong Seidi, has urged the government not to politicize scandals surrounding the sale of former President Yahya Jammeh's assets. Mr. Seidi was reacting to claims made by the Minister of Information, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, during Coffee Time program over West Coast Radio. Seidi says the last thing Gambians expect from the government is attempts to politicize the scandal surrounding the sales of former President Yahya Jammeh's properties. According to him, Dr. Ceesay told Coffee Time that he did not hear from the UDP regarding the shameful scandal. We asked the minister what exactly he expects to hear from the UDP and how is that relevant to what they need to do as a government. Mr. Seidi questioned, when the whole country is demanding the responsible thing from their administrators, they are waiting to hear from the UDP, he remarked. Seidi emphasized that Gambian people want to hear from their government, not from the UDP. According to Mr. Seidi, the statement by the minister is a calculated one and an attempt at insinuating that the UDP is also involved in the shameful scandal either as an entity or through individuals associated with the party. This is not only shameful on the part of the minister, but it manifests colors in that it is an attempt to trivialize the issue at hand by muddying the waters and making unsustained institution, he added.
Dr. Ismaila Ceesay mu taxaw ne dégguñ dara from UDP gis nga moo tax maa ngi start lii mu ngi daw sama mind bala you don't want to talk but bala xam na li maa wax xam nga so what is your problem, by
What do you mean I don't want to talk?
But I was reading this with you. We read this together. Understand, some of these allegations, claims in it. We are not saying it is accurate. We are not saying it is accurate. We are not saying that. But this Nenko, and they are saying that Honorable said that about one of Jammeh's vehicles. That is exactly the reason why Dr. Ismaila Ceesay is saying we did not hear from UDP, because knowing fully well that they bought some of the property from the sales, and now they are not talking.
So I think he started saying that the other time.
One thing I know, the UDP earlier on endorsed by Tembedu's ICC.
Yeah.
But now that people are mounting pressure on them. Are they going to withdraw?
For them to withdraw. But how about the sales of the vehicle? How about the
sales of the vehicle? I think at this moment, this is in connection with Ismaila, with the Honorable Minister of Information interview on Coffee Time, saying why is UDP quiet? So UDP responded to him that UDP is not the government. Now, what the government should do, let them release the full list of those who voted.
No, I understand that dialogue. What I am saying is, the rumor we had, I read this together with you.
Yesterday, yes.
This is what I am saying. We are not saying actually he bought the vehicle. We are not saying that.
He might do so.
Yeah, but I am saying according to what I have read, according to the rumor that I had, and I read this with you yesterday. So I am saying maybe that could be the reason why Dr. Ismaila Ceesay is questioning the UDP for not talking. If that is correct.
This is why the UDP is saying the UDP is not the government right now. Let them not politicize it. If they are so, Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C bought these assets, let the names come out.
Exactly.
This is what we are expecting right now. We are not here to...
The list would clarify everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is what we are waiting on now. The full list. Because it is what the Gambia participant is asking for. The full list. So that we can put this on analysis.
Well, can you read between the lines?
If we go too far,
according to his statement, can you read between the lines?
If I go far, let it be far.
Can you read between the lines?
This is the reason it is important that the National Assembly is tabling a motion against this.
Yeah.
Just for things to be clear. Because when they did table a motion again, with this, how will people know the actual truth behind it?
Exactly.
So it is really important they're doing that, and it is a great initiative. So I want to thank the majority leader of the National Assembly, that is Bileji Tunkara, for coming up with this, so that we can actually know the real culprits of this. Because some are even saying that Jambe is a victim, but some are saying he is actually not a victim. He actually takes some those properties from some people. So things has to be clear. We have to know the real ones. So there's a need for the
anyway, that should be it for the newspaper review. Mama, the family should be jambas you. Mentor Satan. Anyway, let's go. Let's go for a break. Because by the way, I don't understand by the way. No, understand that. No, understand that.
Maybe he prefers to talk off camera.
No, man understand. Because man lima wax man
I cannot say.
Baylo man xamna lima wax. No, man ma baylo. Ñun man maa yow bi ko gisee démb dañ ne waaw so su gisee kii wax yi dañu ne mbaadu kon looloo tax. So let's
wait for the full list. Listen. The full list now.
Okay. Anyway, let's go for a break and then come back later, please. welcome back to the Morning Star. You're getting us live from Star TV. If you're just joining us, and like I said before we go for a break, that we were expecting to have, some guests in the studio, and it's the face of the media too. And of course, we have a very pretty queen with us this morning with a crown on top of her head. I'm sorry, this queen with a crown and the other queen without a crown. Anyway, I would have asked you to come with your crown. So that I'm going to talk Queen Square. Queen, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm just going to address you as Queen. If you want, you can tell them your real name, but then I'm just going to address you as Queen.
She's a queen. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good. Alhamdulillah. I'm okay.
Nyapa ngelasit they all watch it. Nyapa ngelasit
Thank you so much.
Dañ la bay nga nuyu su ko defé yow yaay wax yaay kan. Because as queen da nga war am that confident xam na mun ci yow ba pare so mu ne taxaw di jagar si ay karam 10,000 nit or whatever, then you can do it on TV as well. Kan moy queen lan ko def queen bala ñu ñew ci mbir mi.
Right. So I believe some of the qualities that a queen should embody to be able to be addressed as a queen. One of it is love, and then humanity, and courage, of course, not leaving confidence behind, and passion. I'm sorry my crown is falling off because it's kind of too big.
Okay.
So yeah, so the reason I said love first is because I believe not just as a queen, but as a person in general, you should be able to have love in you as a person, and of course spread it out to people. And confidence as well. If you're not able to be confident in yourself as a person, and be confident how you carry yourself and also how you move on and interacting with people, it's going to be hard for you to go out there to be able to express yourself and to be able to give it your A game, especially when it comes to like competitions, and to be able to carry the crown on your head and to be addressed as queen. So I believe those are the two qualities that I'll be able to talk on, and then if you allow me, I can go on and introduce myself.
Of course, yes. Why not?
Thank you. So hello viewers, my name is Miss Ajifatu Koyate, and I am the reigning queen for Face of Media. Of course, the first brand ambassador of Face of Media until before May 16, 2.0, inshallah. Yes.
Ajifatu Koyate. Anyway, Queen, dama la baye mom touti dana afta ma ñëwaat parce que fu mu nekk xam naa ne mënul loo toog gis nga sa mbokka
because we really shared some moments.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were actually together in this competition last year. So I got the chance to meet this lovely sweetheart. She's really amazing. She's really down to earth, so friendly.
Thank you.
Interacting with everyone, sharing peace with everyone. Actually, it was really great spending some time together at Face of Media, meeting people, amazing people, I can say, So, glad to see you again.
Thank you so much.
Ajifatu Koyate, and let's talk about the last event when you were crowned as the queen. What made you stand out?
Thank you very much for that question. So I believe one thing that made me stand out, I'm still going to say confidence.
Okay.
And passion as well, because this is something that I love doing. It's actually my first time doing pageantry, but then I have the confidence in me, and I'm like, this is something that I am passionate about. So if I'm doing it, then I should be courageous. I should have something that is going to make me stand out. So it shouldn't just be based on the qualities as well that I embody as a queen, but also what is it that I can do best. So this is where my talent comes in. So I know there are a lot of queens that are equally very, very talented. People like you said, we were together at Face of Media, but you should have that one thing that is different, and that would definitely make you stand out. So one thing I love about myself, of course, is different. Let's say when everybody is like, yeah, I love singing, singing is my talent, and I also love singing, but then what is it that is going to make me stand out from others that would equally be doing singing?
Okay.
So I'm a Giriot, and I come from a Jolly family.
Okay.
I'm not a very, very good one, of course, but I try all that I can.
Okay.
So every time that I go for pageants, and I'm like, so I should reflect back on where I come from.
Okay.
And then a lot of the time my platform is centered on culture, and then if I'm doing culture as my platform, what is it that I can do for my talent that would help me stand out? So
As-
these are things that I think about and bring to stage.
Do you have, excuse me, from the Quetta family, obviously, so you're Giriot, and then the people will say, yes, she is.
Right.
But do you have the voice? Can you sing? Or do you have the voice?
Can.
Go on.
Can you?
Yeah,
Can you
I
really sing?
try.
Because you try?
Yeah, I
Okay.
try.
Can you try please now?
Should I?
Yes, of course, yes.
Okay. Layla, 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 Fama Layla, Layla, Kubena tumalalum kaira. Miliyamba tunga balambelo. Saba miliyamba kini kini ye dalilelong. Saba miliyamba. Miliyamba idu kefaluye. Saba miliyamba idu kenaluye. Ominabo. Miliyamba empress mu formality. Saba miliyamba awamu formality. Sane balama. Bejatalema. Genjore.
But seriously, I knew you were going to do something nice like that, because that's not possible.
Okay.
Yeah, and then during that pageant,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Manda impress lagi ko daw mo sa reach na lang nota daw.
But you should try and be there, Miss.
Of course, I was the member Empress invited me. But this one is coming up. I know you're going down to media houses, yes, with your crown, even good and stuff like that. What else are you doing? Are you going to be one of those new target in the train, how to work, how to talk, how to do XYZ and stuff like that? Are you acting as like an ambassador to this event coming up?
Yes, I am. I am not just the Queen of Face of Media by title,
okay.
but I'm equally trying to do something like, let's say, groundwork with regards to preparing for the event. And not just that, after giving back to the community, I've decided to take it upon myself to join the people this year, train the girls with regards to their catwalk, and of course helping them with their platforms, not specifically writing it for them, because they're supposed to do that for themselves, since they're the ones that would be advocating for the things that they believe on. But then I am there to be able to edit their platforms for them and to be following up and equally helping them with their personal rehearsals sometimes. But then mainly we have all the girls every day at the Red Cross by 4, and then we'll be rehearsing with them with their catwalk, their opening acts, their middle acts, and just taking them through with some of the things that they will be needing for the competition.
Yeah, I have a question, Black Dijo, and then that's your camera,
Okay.
and then you could face that camera.
No,
Because according to my understanding, when I blame though, I might be wrong, according to my understanding, because the work that they do is referred to as catwalk. Am I correct?
Yes.
So what if gorilla the work that they do, is it gorilla work or what? How many? Because catwalk is not a digger. Gorilla must not have good today.
I don't know how that is.
That should be gorilla walk then. Anyway.
Okay, instead of gorilla walk, don't you think it should be gent walk?
Yeah.
No, gorilla walk. Don't go gorilla walk anyway. Yeah, Hana, dinala jox ki yoon ko parce que gis na awadi ko jaagal ay yoon
serious.
This could be a chance.
Super Emine, get ready for me. Get ready for me. You understand?
Anyway, so it's happening May 16th. If I'm right, yeah? This event coming up, it's May 16th, and of course, I am pretty much sure many people are definitely looking forward to this event. But what is so special this time around? Lo xam ne day nekkutoon seen time fekkee leen ko. Fekkule fa yéen bi ngeen ko def. Is there anything?
Yes, there's something, of course. So what we have is every year the production is going to go bigger and better. So there are a lot of things that that have been introduced on this year's production, and it wasn't last year's. So let's say, for example, the rounds that we have, you know, the cultural round, the platform round, the talent round and all. And this year we're introducing something that has never been done in the GAM pageant industry, and that is the Afrofusion round.
Okay.
And then this way, like, the girls will be, you know, going outside the box and creating every single thing, you know, that has to do with creativity, and equally connecting it to the Gambian culture. So they're going to come and showcase what they create, and then also tell us what is the inspiration behind it. So we'll be having all of that, and not leaving the people that will be coming as well, the media houses and some of the very important people. I mean, everybody that will be coming there, they're equally really important, because, you know, the person that is able to suspend their sleep to come and attend your event, even they don't have anyone to support, you know, the person is a very, very important person. So all of that will be happening. And I just want to say that if there is anyone that is not planning to come for Face of Media, they definitely should, because they're actually missing out on the most anticipated event of the year.
That's important. But what of those, what of, let's say, for example, if someone is just watching right now, to take Hamilton, not knowing that something like this is about to happen, and then see, let's say, it's a queen, and, you know, got a lot of confidence by saying, no, come on, with this I can be the crown queen at the end of the night. So is it late for someone to come forward and join? And the casting and everything, then it's closed, no one can come in, and it's a possibility.
So right now it's closed. If there's anyone that wants to come to Face of Media, then it's going to be the 3.0,
Okay.
because we had our auditions February 25th, and then we started rehearsals by February, March as well. So that we've been rehearsing, like, we had 2 months intense rehearsals.
Okay.
This is just to prepare for the event, because we're going to be having people coming and watching the girls. And, you know, I'm not saying anything is going to go wrong. Let's say in case anything that goes wrong, it's not just going to be on that particular contestant that, you know, something goes wrong on their side, but it's still going to reflect back on the production. So
Okay.
this is why we have like 2 months intense rehearsals, and, you know, to prepare for the event and to value the fact that people are using their time and also investing their money to get tickets and to come and watch the show. So we don't want anybody to come and probably say suma hamon du ma ñëw.
Okay.
You get.
Rëcc daal la ñoo bañ.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is why. But right now it's closed because it's just next week Friday. So I think we're almost done. I mean, we're done with rehearsals with the girls as well. But we don't just want to let them go. We want them to continue rehearsing, and you know, a week before the event, like ours too, we were given, you know, a week off and was taken to a particular place whereby we can be able to rest and maybe just be going for our personal rehearsals to prepare more and be ready for the event.
But in terms of partnering, you're still welcoming people to come and partner.
Yes, we are.
Or are you partnering with those that you partnered before? That you've got new partners this time around. How can you?
So we've got partners before. But then I believe, you know, since it's face of media, you know, it has been going through the media a lot. And there are some people that are also, that were impressed by what they saw last year. And now they're on board. We're partnering with them as well. We have new partners. And still, if there is anyone, you know, that would be interested in us partnering with them, we're still open to it. Because in as much as the event is happening just next week, Friday, it's not like it's only going to be 2.0. We're still going to have 3.0 and so. And if those partners still want to stay or they still want to come on board, of course, we're very open and welcoming them.
Tell us where Dunas Boutique Hotel is.
So Dunas Boutique Hotel.
I think that's where the event is going to take place.
Yes, right. So that is where Face of Media is going to take place on the 16th, inshallah. So it's actually at Senegambia. And we're going to leave numbers for direction because I'm not sure I can be able to explain where it is exactly. Like Senegambia, the Palmarima Junction, and then when you get, it's actually close to before Tamala.
Before Tamala.
Yes.
It's the place where the
event will be
the
taking
TRRC was taking place, I guess.
I believe.
Yeah, for example, Fufula. Fala don't have TRRC again. That's done. So we say Makolate, someone like my friend here, Bailo Bari from Kenabari. I'm talking about Kenabaring. Do you have someone as beautiful, as gorgeous as Queen, this queen we have right now here in Kenabaring? Or do you have any questions to answer? So like you answer and then you have a question to ask as well. You can ask her a question.
I will leave that.
Because you don't have it. Because you don't have any beautiful queen, any queen as beautiful as her in Kenabaring. But anyway, parce que time and we're looking forward to this Face of Media 2. Nyata participants, you know?
We have 9 to 10 participants.
Okay.
And they're all girls and very ready for 16th of May too.
And was that the number that you were looking forward to? And I'm less than your target. Was that the actual target? 9 to 10?
It was actually 8, but then in the process we had to extend it to 9 to 10.
Okay, because more people came.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. And in terms of ticketing as well, you just advance ticket $300 at the gate is $400 and VIP is $1,000. So what of VVIP? So people like myself.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not VIP, I am VVIP. Yeah.
Right. So
I'm a very, very, very important person. Am I not important? I am important.
Is he?
You see the way Maimuna is looking at you.
Yeah, she's
Bombastic side eye.
Anyway, also thank you, and then what's your final message? Hamdan Event Day is definitely very close, and MP Multimedia are definitely presenting this one on the 16th of May at Dunas Boutique Hotel, and of course I'm named for ñeneen why lan mooy sa final message parce que time am dem.
Okay, bala final message bi dama benn question léegi mën nga ko jaxas bahas ak sa final message bi rek mooy you are about to hand over your crown, so how has the journey been? for you?
I was actually gonna start with that.
Yeah.
The final words and all. So honestly, I'd say that journey wasn't an easy one because you know how the GAM pageant industry is, with people having doubts on you, and you know a lot of shades being thrown on you and all. But then it still depends on you as a person and how you're able to carry yourself as an individual. You know, those people that are doubting you and all, do their doubts and everything define who you are? You know, are you supposed to listen to them to not do what you actually want to do? Especially when it comes to before starting the pageant, and then you've heard a lot of thoughts and then now winning. What is it that you can do to show those people that everything that you thought about me is not what really defined me? So, you know, after all of that happening, because I'm talking about it because I went through it. You know, I'm like, what is it that I can do to make me stand out? So I was able to do community service, a lot of community services as a queen of face of media, you know, whereby I join people in reaching out to people and advocating for my culture, and equally joining others, you know, when they have their small little projects like mine, you know, joining them and giving them a helping hand, because we're all queens and people are equally going out and around to do their project proposals as well. So it's actually not an easy journey, honestly, but you just have to be confident and courageous as a queen, especially when it comes to something that you have passion for. So I guess my last words would be thanking the organizers for giving me the opportunity to stand up stage last year in February 9, and for equally having me as a family even before I win the competition. And I'm very grateful that I was able to step out of my comfort zone to join the Face of Media, because, you know, I was able to meet amazing individuals, you know, that I didn't only see as competitors, but even after the competition, we stayed as family. You know, I made friends. I have people that I come as my sisters now, and if it wasn't for Face of Media, I'm not going to meet them. So also shout outs to the organizers, the CEO, the vice president, the president, and of course to my beautiful and amazing contestants that are contesting for this year's Face of Media pageant. I just want to let them know that they can do it. If I can and win the crown last year, and now I'm going to be handing it over to the new queen, then they definitely can. And to everybody that also want to step out of their comfort zone to come try something new, you know, you should, because you don't know what is it that you're going to gain, what opportunities are you going to have, who are you going to meet, what impacts are you going to make. So I personally, as an individual, I am very grateful that I'm able to take up this journey and for not giving up despite everything that I went through, and I'm proud of myself.
Thank you. And let me, because the one who has a laugh, whatever, last words or whatever, what the only that I'm also mine, you're handing over, especially as our Don Latilig, you're handing over the crown. Is it this very crown that you're handing over, or you're keeping this to yourself, and then they will have a new one, and that's the one you're going to give to the next queen?
So this charge and this crown is something that I work for. And the other queen that is coming would have to work for their own. And now they're getting another crown for them. And that is
but
the one
not this crown, because this is yours.
Right.
So because now let them go find for another one, because we
the crown for the new queen already.
All right, thank you so very much. It's a pleasure having you, and I hope even turns out to be a very successful one, inshallah Rabbi. Thank you so much. Well, that's Miss Fatou Kouyaté, and we're looking forward to the Miss Media Beauty Pageant 2 at Dunas Boutique Hotel. So try to be there. It's going to be the 16th of March 2025. It's May 2025. Silamodon, Felicia Dunas Boutique. Well, thank you, viewers. Stay tuned. We're coming back shortly after this break to give you some sports. I know people want to talk about it, and then later we'll take a look at some stories that are trending on social media as well. We'll come back shortly after the break. All right, welcome back. That was Miss Fatou Kouyaté. Crown number rafet na trop awa gis naa ne yéen daal queen ni ngeen mel. Naa ngeen remember tam di nga winee and then nga ñëw ñu invite la on the breakfast show. You know, queen bak loolu naka ngeen leen nuyoo sax. Yeah, no. Let's take a look at some international, some sports anyway, I can say, both national and international. But I'm sure many people are waiting for you to talk about the game last night between Inter Milan and Barcelona.
Wow.
And I told you something yesterday, and then Lulu Mofeng.
Exactly. Lipsy, thank you very much once again. This is the Morning Star on Star TV. We are live, coming to you from the Battle Harden Highway or along the OIC road. Now we will begin with the local sports. On the Gambia Football Federation, Gambia coach Alhaji Sarr has announced his 23-man squad for the return leg of the Total Energies Africa Nations Championship playoffs match away to Algeria in Annaba. Alright, the local-based Scorpions are set to travel to North African country on Wednesday, 7th May for the decisive leg following a goalless draw in Banjul. The winner will qualify for the finals to be staged in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda in August 2025. Alright, let's look at the players, the final squad. They are as follows: Lamin Sidi of Real de Banjul, Babukar Silla of Brikama United, Modu Lamin Jame of Falcons FC, and Makera Tambedu, Real de Banjul, Sekou Baro, TMT FC, Sekou Jata, Falcons FC, Abdullah Tamba, Fortune FC, Bakari Jawara, Fortune FC, Ibu Kamara, TMT FC, Sebo Sedi, Bombarda FC. We have Albert Ajua Gomez of Falcons FC, Mas Njai of Hawks FC, Lamin Sedikan, TMT FC, Ibu Sedi, Fortune FC, and Abdurrahman Job of Hawks FC, Pamodu Sohna, ST Galaxy, BST Galaxy FC, Omar Jom, GPA FC, Adam Akande, Fortune FC, Ibrahim Fofana Marimo, Seni Bojang, Brikama United FC, Gaira Juf, Fortune FC, Musa Sise Falcons, and Ibrahim Gay of BST Galaxy. So Lipsy, on Saturday, the Gambia played a goalless draw with Algeria, and now it's now time for the Gambia and for Coach Alhaji Sarr and his men to travel to Algeria for the second leg. It was a goalless draw here in the Gambia with a very low turnout at the Independence Stadium, and now all hopes are high for them to be able to at least do something in Algeria. It is said the winner will qualify for the finals to be staged in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda in August 2025. So it's another mountain to climb for the Gambia Chan team.
The last game we played at home, the first leg,
on Saturday, last Saturday.
Yeah, how was it, performance-wise or whatever? Do you think we will be able to qualify? Will be able to win Algeria in Algeria? Because the chance we had was when we played here, and you know that went goalless. Now we're going to Algeria. Is there any chances of qualifying?
It's football, never say never. We can qualify if we played up to expectation, because this is football, 90 minutes I would tell. But I am very sure Coach Alhaji Sarr and his men will definitely go back to the drawing board and see where it was wrong here. And to be able to win, it will be an easy game. It will be a mountain to climb for the Gambia to go to Algeria and have 3 points. But hey, this is football.
I know it's football.
Gambia,
you know, anyway, but if you take a look at the stats, you take a look at the game that we played here, and put some analysis on some of the, the stats, the performance and the like. Do you think we have the squad to be able to qualify? Do we play a bit of football back home? If yes, then obviously one might say yes, okay, according to the, with the players we have, the quality players we have, and the performance we had back home, then obviously there can be a comeback. We can come here and defeat Algeria. So that's why I'm saying, if you take a look at the stats and the performance, do you think we definitely have what it takes to be able to defeat Algeria? I just don't want to rely on it's football, anything can happen.
The first leg wasn't bad, despite it was played here, of course at the stadium where some football fans came to watch the Chan team. It wasn't about football, but you never said never, as I rightly mentioned earlier on. The Gambia can definitely shock Algeria if they played up to expectation. All right, because this is the CHAN team and this is our local home-based players. Even though many are criticizing, our first division and our second division, but I am sure Alhaji Sarr and his men will have something from Algeria in the second leg.
All right, that should be it. And then let's take a look at internationals.
Of course. To international sports, of course, last night it was where those Inter versus Barca are ranked among best semi-finals. In what is already been talked about as one of the greatest Champions League semi-finals of all time, Inter Milan edged past Barcelona 7-6 on aggregate to reach the final in Munich. All right, this was a very, very interesting game. You can see the record: Inter Milan 7, Barcelona 6. This was in 2025. Leipzig. This was a very, 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 very interesting game. Just to give you, as far as history is concerned, Inter Milan produced a dramatic late turnaround to beat Barcelona 7-6 on aggregate in a thrilling all-time classic of a Champions League semi-final. With just 2 minutes of stoppage time left, Inter trailed 3-2 on the night and were heading out when 37-year-old centre-back Francesco smashed across into the roof of the net to level the tie. Barcelona were just 3 minutes away to go into the Champions League final. But as I rightly said, as far as the final whistle is not blown, when Barcelona came from 2 goals down again for the second time, Rafinha, giving them the hook, the 3-2 lead. You can see, Barcelona fans were saying, of course, we are into the final, but without knowing that Francesco will level, in just 3 minutes before the full time. And Barca, as I rightly said here yesterday, it is difficult to stop Barca from scoring. Yeah. Because when I saw 2-0 Inter Milan, my mind just reflects on the first leg. Yeah, it was 2-0 as well. The same thing happened. Yeah. Inter first scored 2, but Barca will always come behind, come behind and level. And this time around in Inter, Barca were even brave enough to go, to lead 3-2.
And I think one of the best players last night was Inter Milan's goalkeeper, because if you take a look at the shots on target that Barcelona had, Barca had like 10 shots on target, and then 7 of them were saved by the keeper. And then his performance was definitely exceptional yesterday. He kept Inter Milan in the game.
He was being cautious. He was being cautious.
He was definitely. He denied the likes of Lamine Yamal several times, and then other players as well. So he was definitely the hero of the night. How the man of the match, I don't know, but his performance was definitely outstanding. It was exceptional. But congratulations. It was never going to be easy for Barcelona to come to San Siro and then win. I think the only time that they won in San Siro was in 2019 when they defeated Inter Milan by 2-1. But this time, no, that should be it, and thank you very much for it. We're going straight and take a look at Bailo. Thank you very much. When is
your team playing?
Problem. We're going straight. Maimuna, we sit on football. No need to engage Maimuna. Maimuna, we sit on football. No need to engage Maimuna. We have like 10 minutes to go. We're going straight and take a look at what's trending on social media with what's trending on social media.
Thank you so much, Lipsy, and my colleagues are here, and our fans watching right now. So what's trending on social media? Since we don't have enough time, I will start with Annette B.V. Mahoney. She is a Gambian, a civic leader and program manager at Gambia Participates, and has been recognized internationally for her efforts in promoting transparency, anti-corruption and citizen management. In 2024, she was selected as Mandela Washington Fellow at Michigan I don't know whether it's Michigan or Michigan.
Michigan, in states.
In the state university, United States, and named a young global change maker. Mahoney has led initiatives on legislative reform, civic education, and inclusive political participation. In a quote, she said, "I have always believed that citizens have the power to transform institutions," emphasizing her commitment to democratic development. Well, this really shows that our Gambians are doing really great, because when you are recognized internationally, it is really a great achievement for you, the individual, and the country at large, because you are there to sell the image of the country. So you being there portrays, or the way you act will show how good or bad the country is. So this is really a plus for us, because you are representing the Gambia, and that is really something we should all celebrate.
Yep.
So I will go to the second story, which is India launches strike on Pakistan to escalation or tension. India conducted targeted military strikes on Pakistan territory late Monday, marking a significant escalation in the ongoing tension between the two nuclear neighbors. The Indian Ministry of Defense confirmed the operations, stating that the strike targeted territory structure along the line of control in response to alleged cross-border militant. So this border issue is becoming a problem, but we've seen that at least the United Nations came out to at least talk to them, to tell them that all of this is about dialogue. Dialogue is very important in our society, in our lives. Dialogue is what can solve a problem. Between
Pakistan will respond, because because they confirmed the 3 missiles that in three areas. Because India targeted 3 areas, and then Pakistan confirmed that.
Exactly.
So they vowed to respond to those missile attacks.
Likewise, India as well, they should do the same thing, because that one person cannot do a dialogue.
Exactly.
It is between two individuals, vice versa.
Okay.
So that is how they can solve the problem. And the last one I will go on with, since we don't have enough time.
You can take 2 actually.
Okay, 2. So let's go. Let's talk about the Hero Awards, because we've seen that Fatou Camara organizes this every year, but this time around, we've seen that someone is being nominated, or someone who is late.
And who is?
That's Bruno right there.
Okay.
And we have the 2 horses, one from Senegal and one from Gambia. Fair enough for both the languages, since we are neighbors. And I'm glad that we have our very own Yankuba Minte on the among the nominees.
Okay.
Yankuba Minte is nominated as the Person of the Year.
Okay, Person of the Year.
Category, that category, that's a Person of the Year category, and we have exemplary leaders, different categories.
Okay.
So it is really great, and I was hoping to see one of our journalists being motivated, and at least our work should be recognized. We should be among the nominated individuals. And the most interested part, we have the King of Kora on the list. We have ST and Yusundur. Yusundur's Bailobaris Yusundur. Bailo Yusundur Miyagise. Yusundur Momune Nungunti Lifen Sarafade.
All right, and
we have our ST.
That's the Heroes Award. And the last one should be.
Okay, the last one should be about. Give me some time.
Lucky Juice. I saw a story on Lucky Juice.
You saw a story on Lucky Juice?
I saw a story
about
Lucky Juice.
No, I don't know. What story about Lucky Juice?
Someone saw in his yes.
What's on Gambia with the Wednesday story?
Celebration, all in the name of celebration. Do you want to talk about that?
No, you want to talk about it?
allegations in to do this. Hang up most of the day.
Wow.
So many people are into this BBL and all that stuff. So
And
if you look at her body,
I think is a guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy.
Okay.
A guy having that.
All right. Well, that's.
Can I go with my last story, or then I have to keep them?
Well, then different because filmmaker what to jam on.
Okay, let me just read the preamble on Fatu Network. That is, the Gambia Immigration Department has concluded its mobile ID card enrollment mission in Mauritania, according to a public statement released yesterday. The department reported that a total of 531 Gambian residents in Mauritania were successfully enrolled by the mobile enrollment team, with 389 ID cards already printed and dispatched to the Gambian embassy in Mauritania. The statement noted that the Gambian national ID card is recognized for regularization of nationality status in Mauritania under bilateral cooperation between the two nations. Additionally, the GID reported that 27 undocumented Gambian nationals who could not access the enrollment service have returned to the Gambia and are currently being processed at the Immigration Management Unit in Tangier.
Okay.
I can recall we discussed this was it last week or this week?
Yeah, this week. I guess this week.
Was it on Monday?
Yeah, it was on Monday.
Yeah.
It was on Monday. We talked about it on Monday.
Yeah.
But anyway,
thank you
good.
so much,
Yeah,
my
because
people. This is all I have
exactly.
for you.
But let's this issue about Lopi juice. This Hajar Gambia is denying because David cosmetic surgery. Her body is natural.
Oh, it's a her.
Yeah, it's a her.
Oh. I also received another one, but that is
because this one I've seen Hajar Gambia because they were just you couldn't live in a room on it after this cosmetic surgery, and then she's saying David done cosmetic surgery. Her body is natural. Her Lopi juice is natural.
Okay.
Anyway, because thank you so much.
My own is laughing.
My own is laughing. My Lopi juice is natural. Her Lopi juice is natural. Apart from her Lopi juice is natural.
Can you remind us that soundtrack? Because you are a DJ.
Inshallah already. Thank you so very much. Till tomorrow, inshallah. Bye bye.